Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to my roof here in beautiful Goa. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun is just starting to come up behind the coconut trees behind me, so it might get a little bit glary. Also noises, I'm sure you can hear already. The birds are waking up, and we might get monkeys come across at some point. Yeah, enjoy that. So just embrace anything going on around you wherever you are as well. There's going to be distractions. If you've got kids at home, they're climbing the walls. I know what it's like. I have a 6-year-old who, even though we're on basic food rations, wants to eat everything in the house in the first day. So yeah, there's challenges that come with it. So wherever you are, just try and be on your mat, be a little bit present. Enjoy your practice. It's going to be quite a challenging practice this morning. Working on quite a lot of strength, particularly in the kind of midsection of the body, the core, the abdominals, the obliques, the back of the body as well. The core goes all the way around. So yeah, we'll be getting upside down as well at some point. I'll offer a headstand today. So if you're used to practicing that against a wall, or if you're completely new to it, I'll give alternate poses and kind of poses that will help you work towards it. Even if we don't get to the end pose, it's nice to work towards it and have some fun with the journey. That was really yoga, I know. That's about all there is to say, really. Props today, blocks, if you got them, great, or thick books, and have yourself a strap, belt if you've got a cord to your dressing gown. If you're lucky enough to have a yoga strap, then grab it. If not, any kind of belt, strap, cord, whatever you've got going on, anything will work. To begin with, comfortable seated position. So me, I've got a bit of height under my hips, got one of the blocks hidden away, just to give myself a little bit of height. Any comfortable seated position, so you can be Sukhasana, comfortable cross-legged. Placing the hands on the knees or the thighs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Good. Close the eyes at the top of the inhale, and then exhale, let it go, relax the shoulders. I'd just like to begin with a seated practice for 1 or 2 minutes. Bringing awareness to the body's breath. The body breathing on its own. So placing aside any thoughts or expectations of your practice today. Bringing yourself into this present moment. Giving yourself this next 60 minutes just to be on your mat. Forget anything else that's going on right now. Preparing for the practice this morning, start to slightly deepen the breath, beginning to energize the body. Gently opening the eyes, blinking the eyes open, having another wriggle in your seat. Whatever you need to do, sitting comfortably. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Nice. So welcome to your practice this morning. We're going to start with opening up the neck to begin with. So loosening up the neck, maybe some later poses. On your next inhalation, raise the left arm. Okay, so really, really reach, extend, lift the heart center, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the left arm over the top, taking the right ear. Take another inhale here, lengthen the spine. So really sitting tall, shoulders back as you exhale. Start to draw the left shoulder down towards the left ear. Really, really relax the right shoulder. And taking a few breaths here, almost letting the weight of the arm pull down. You'll start to feel the right side of the neck open up Good. Still staying tall, sitting in your upright seated position. One more breath. And then releasing the left hand back down to the left thigh or left knee and gradually bringing the neck back to center. Noticing any sensations through the body, any clicks. The body's just waking up this morning. Good. So we'll take another breath here, settling in the midline. And just being aware of the body's breath. On your next inhale, raise the right arm. Lift, extend, reach for the sky with the fingertips, ground down with the sit bones. Exhale, bring the right arm all the way over the top, taking the left ear. Take another inhale, lengthening, shoulders back, open the chest. As you exhale, bringing the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Really soften through the left shoulder, so let the arm become floppy. So you won't feel it at first. It takes a few breaths to begin to feel this side of the neck open up. Again, notice I'm almost looking up to the sky. I'm not crouching down like this. I'm really staying open across the chest, this broadness across the clavicles, the collarbone. Next, exhalation. Release the right hand back down to the right thigh. Inhale, bring the neck to center. Good, and then from here, just making a few circles, clockwise, anti-clockwise, bringing the chin down to the chest, exploring that range of movement in the neck. Changing direction. So waking up the body gradually this morning. Coming to center, shake it out, whatever you need to do. Good. From here, remove the prop if you're sat up on anything. Before we move into our first downward facing dog and we start to flow, I just want to open up the hips a little bit. Pose called Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So taking the soles of the feet, place the soles of the feet together. Good. So the knees just drop out to the side of the ground. They might be flat on the ground if you're more open in the hips, not like me. Bring the palms to the heart center, interlace the fingertips, place around the outer edges of the feet. From here, shuffle forward a little bit. Find some length in the spine. So really sit tall in your seat. Exaggerate this movement of opening the chest, drawing the shoulders back. Take a big inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, start to bend that elbow. Start to bring the chest forward. Notice I'm coming down with a straight spine. So I'm not rounding the back. I'm not forcing my forehead towards my big toes. I'm coming down with a straight spine. Work with the breath. With every inhale, lengthen, shoulders back. Every exhale, maybe moving a touch more into the pose. Good. So I'm going to start to feel this on my inner thighs and my groins. Good. And again, listen to the body. If there's any pain at all in the knees, please release from the pose. Look after the body. A couple more breaths here, just allowing the hips to open up. And working with it. Every inhale, lengthening. Every exhale, folding. Soften the face. And releasing, inhale, come back up. Release the hands, place the hands either side of the hips. Make your way back to your cross-legged position. So you may feel it's a little bit more comfortable just after opening up the inner thighs, the groins a little bit here. Good. Hands back to the knees or thighs. I'd like to work with a seated twist before we start flowing. So again, you can use a prop to sit up, give your spine some height if that works with you. Good. Shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart center. So really sitting tall. Inhale, raise the left arm. Good. Place the right hand just behind the right hip as you exhale. Bring the back of the left hand on the outer edge of the right thigh. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, start to move into the twist. So again, it doesn't matter too much about the neck. We're keeping the chest open, but we're rotating. So try to sit tall. Every inhale, lifting. Every exhale, move that a little bit deeper. You won't be here for too long. Inhale, raise both arms, come to center, lift. Good. As you exhale, placing the left hand behind you, back of the right hand, outer edge of the left thigh. Inhale, fully breathe in. Good. And then exhale, start to move into the twist. So again, the hand behind us, we're not leaning down into it, we're not slumping, we're using it just to prop the spine up, stay open. Gazing over the left shoulder. And inhale, come to center, raise both arms, lift and lengthen. As you exhale, release the hands to the ground, make your way to all fours. However you like, you can roll over the knees. Whatever works with you. Nice, so tabletop position, checking down. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. You can have the tops of the feet on the ground or toes tucked, it's your choice, whatever works with you. Spread the fingertips, index fingers pointed forward. Start to broaden the shoulder blades. So getting aligned here, getting settled. Nice cat and cow breath, inhale, dip the belly, lift the sit bones, lift the gaze, breathing in. Breathing out. Press the ground away from you, draw the navel to the spine, empty the lungs, every last drop of air. Inhale, look forward and up. Good, exhale, push the ground away from you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just coming to center again, coming to neutral, flat back position. Good. Resettle here, realign if you need to. Good. We're going to start to already bring awareness to the front muscles of the body here. On your next inhalation, right arm forward, left leg back. Good. Notice extension through the toes. Toes are to nose. We're not pointing the foot, pressing through the heel of the foot. Notice with the back leg, the toes want to come out to the side of the body, so really point them down. We're trying not to stack the hips here. We're really keeping a line. Pressing the left hand down into the earth. Good. And from here we'll bring awareness to the front muscles of the body without moving them. Start to almost pull the left hand towards the right knee. So as you drag them into the midline, you'll start to feel the difference. You'll start to engage through the side muscles of the body. Good. Awareness back to the breath. Soften the breath. Long through the back of the neck. We're keeping the gaze just beyond the left fingertips. 3, 2, 1. Release the right hand. Release the left knee. Come straight to second side. Left arm forward. Right leg back. Good. Again, finding the breath, hugging the front muscles of the body into the midline, so we're pulling everything centered. Good. Toes to nose on the back leg, extension through the fingertips, gaze just beyond the fingertips of the right hand. Good. And we'll hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand, release the right knee. Good. From here, a little bit of a challenge for you. We're going to come to right arm, right leg. So it takes a while for the body to kind of work out what's going on here. Inhale, right arm forward, right leg backwards. Good, so it takes a while. Maybe move our alignment, move the left hand in or out, whatever works with you. Good, find this extension through the spine, keeping the gaze beyond the fingertips of the left hand. Good, either staying here or if it's open to you, bend the right knee, reach around with the right hand, catch the top of the right foot, start to stack the hips. Hit the gaze beyond the right shoulder. Move the heel away from the glute, so opening the front of the body. One more breath. Good. Exhale, release the right knee, release the right hand. Good. Coming to center, settling here in the midline. Second side, left arm, left leg. Good. So really pressing down with the right hand is going to help me here. There's going to be a few people at home trying this, wobbling around. So try to find the breath. What we call in yoga is a drishti, a focal point. So find something, a dot on your mat, a dot on the carpet, something that's not moving, and really focus on it. You'd either stay here or bend left knee, reach around, take the top of the left foot. Good. And then start to take the gaze up to the sky, opening the chest, opening the shoulders if we're here. Heel away from the glutes, so it's a little bit of a back bend. And then release the left hand, release the left knee down to the ground. From here we're going to press back into our first child's pose. So take the knees mat width apart, tops of the feet on the ground, big toes gently touching, exhale. Sitting down, let the forehead, the third eye, ground into the earth. And notice the breath move into the back of the body. On your next inhalation, taking the gaze forward to the hands. Come up onto fingertips of the hands here. So lifting, activating the elbows, the forearms. Good, really keep the wrists lifted. Take the hands slightly wider if you need to here, so broadening across the shoulder blades. As you exhale, drop the forehead on or towards the ground once again. Good, so keeping the arms active, we're staying here, we're lifting. Good, if you need to, take the hands slightly wider, so taking the hands wider will make the pose more accessible. And with every exhalation, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Stay with the pose. On your next inhalation, take the gaze to the hands once again, looking forward. Drop the palms of the hands, respread the fingers. Inhale, come back up to all fours. You're going to take the knees back in line with the hips. Good, we're going to move to our first downward facing dog of the practice. Pick up the feet, tuck the toes. Inhale to lift the knees slightly, then draw the chest towards the thighs. Take the gaze to the navel. Then straighten the legs. So downward facing dog. First one, walk it out. Bring any movement that feels natural to you, taking the gaze underneath one upper arm, under the other. Good. Saying good morning to those hamstrings. And then finding some stillness with the pose, checking your alignment, hiding your heels. So you shouldn't be able to see your own heels, the feet are in line. Good, spread the fingertips, index fingers pointed forward. An external rotation of the upper arms. I'm really bringing the sit bones up and back. So working with bent knees if you need to here. And then your next exhalation, gradually walking the feet forward to the top of the mat. Come up onto fingertips whenever you need to. Good. When we get to the top of the mat, take the hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back, so Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Good. Exhale, forward fold. At the crown of the head drop. We're going to stay here 3 or 4 breaths. So really releasing. Let the head just drop. Work with bent knees if you need to. If there's any tension in the back, step the feet slightly wider. We're dropping the head so it's looking back. Good. Arms can hang or take opposite elbows, whatever you're used to. It's the loudest crow in the world. Go. From here, release the hands. Take the hands to the hips, start to draw the elbows towards each other, open the chest, roll the shoulder heads back, press the feet down, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart center, step to the top of the mat if we're not already there. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest, close the eyes for a second. Start to activate the feet, lifting the arches of the feet, so drawing energy from the earth, pulling up on the kneecaps. Good. Really reach down with the baby fingers of the hands. This will draw the shoulder blades down the back. Good. A slight engagement of Uddiyana Bandha if you're familiar here. And open the eyes. Good. We're going to start to flow with the breath. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold, come down, empty the lungs. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Roll the shoulder heads back. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Stepping back, right first, then left. Good, find yourself in your first high plank of the day. Good, so we're going to take a few breaths, aligning here. Draw the tailbone down towards the heel. So starting to really activate the front muscles of the body. Broaden the shoulder blades, soften the breath. Stay here. Good, on your next exhalation, drop the knees. Tops of the feet on the ground. Bend the elbows into the sides of the body, lowering down, so half chaturanga. Inhale, take your back bend, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, push back through all fours, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, breathing. So taking 3 or 4 breaths here. And again, it doesn't have to be a static pose, walk it out, pedal, whatever works with you. If you're a runner or an ex-runner like me, then hamstrings are always going to be tight, you're always going to feel into them, so it can feel nice just to kind of walk them out.
On the next exhalation, walking or stepping feet to the hands, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen when we get there. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, press the feet down, come all the way up, take the arms wide enough or forward and up, mindful of things around you. Exhale, palms to heart center. Flow again, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, empty the lungs. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Bend the knees, plant the hand, step left back, step right back, high plank. Good, this time we're going to really start to align our plank, working with awareness to the pelvis. Step the feet slightly wider here. Okay, if it's open to you, come up onto fingertips of the left hand. Good, you'll notice that the right hip is probably lower than the left, so really try to align. Good. Find the breath. If it's open to you, release the baby finger, fourth finger, third finger, so it's just index finger and thumb. Keep dropping the left hip, the right hip wants to go down, I know. Good. Maybe just index finger. If it's open to you, take the left hand to the lower back. Good. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand to the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, walk it out. On your next inhalation, roll forward to plank. Good. Get reaffirmed, broaden the shoulder blades, spread the fingertips. Come up onto fingertips of the right hand, drop the right hip, step the feet wider if you need to. Good. So take a breath here. This is all optional. Removing baby finger, fourth finger. Good. Maybe just index finger and thumb. Keep the hips squared off to the ground. Find the breath. Maybe just index finger, maybe right hand to the lower back. 3, 2, 1. Release the right hand back to the ground. Inhale fully here. On your exhalation, either drop the knees first or Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down slowly. Use the exhalation. Inhale, take your back bend. Cobra or upward facing dog. Roll the heart center forward, roll the shoulders back. Tops of the feet still pressing into the earth. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, breathing. Your next exhalation, walking, stepping or jumping feet to the hands, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms wide enough or forward and up, look to the hands if that's available too. Exhale, palms to heart center. Just keep flowing with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold, empty the lungs, come down. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Good. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take your back bend. Cobra or upward facing dog. So when up dog, it's just the tops of the feet in contact with the ground. Really roll the shoulders back. Try to keep the arms bent a little bit in this variation today. If the arms are straight, we tend to lock and just get lazy with it and slump. So with the arms bent, we're keeping them active. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. 2 breaths here. Feel free to take a child's pose whenever you need. From here, inhale, raise the right leg. Really lift that right leg up and back. Keep it extended. Press the heel up and back into space. Good. Find the breath. Keep dropping chest towards the left thigh. Good. If it's open to you, walk the left hand in so it's back underneath the left hip. Good. And from here, maybe fingertips. Good. Keep breathing. Keep the right leg lifted. Maybe removing the baby finger, fourth finger, third finger. Maybe just index finger. Good. And then from here, you can play. Bring the left hand to the left hip. The balance. Good. Bring the left hand back to the top of the mat on your next inhalation. Roll forward, 3-legged plank. Good. Point the toe of the right foot, then exhale, Chaturanga the arms. Inhale, take your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, we can have all that fun on the second side here. Inhale, raise the left leg. Yeah, so really, really lift it. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Draw the chest towards the right thigh. Open the chest. Just open to you, walk the right hand in. Good. So we don't have to try and get to the full pose. This might be enough. This is hard work. Good. Fingertips. Good. Maybe removing the fingers. Having a play with it in your own time. Good. Right hand to the right hip. Good. It's tricky. Chest towards the right thigh. From here, release the right hand back to the top of the mat. point the toes on the left foot. Inhale, roll forward to our three-legged plank. Good. Exhale, chaturanga the arms, bring the chest down. Inhale, take your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. From here, drop the knees, take the knees mat width apart. Tops of the feet on the ground, sit back, child's pose, balasana. So any variation, arms extended or arms alongside the body, whatever works with you, let it go. Reconnecting with the breath. In your own time, extending the arms back out in front of the body if they're not there. And inhaling, raising the head. Come up to all fours, bring the knees back in line with the hips. Good. Pick up the feet, tuck the toes. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. But again, walking it out, pedaling it out. Take as long as you need to get to your downward facing dog. There's no rush. On the next inhalation, raise the right leg. Good. As you exhale, bring the right foot through. So notice with the exhalation, I'm bringing the chest forward, the shoulders over the line of the wrist, placing the foot, fingertips of the right hand. So we're moving away from using momentum. Drop the left knee, top of the left foot comes to the ground. We'll take Kali Mudra, so index fingers, thumbs released. Inhale, raise the arms. Good. As you exhale, really start to drop the hips. Keep bringing that left hip forward. So you'll feel the left quadricep begin to open up. Take the gaze up to the hands. If that's open to you, keep pressing the right foot down. So this lengthening through the front of the body. As you exhale, release the hand. Framing the right foot at the top of the mat. Tuck the toes on the left foot. Lift, extend. Take a breath here. Really press the heel to the back of the room, the back of the mat. Press the hands down. Step the right foot back. Find yourself in high plank once again. Exhale, knees, chest, chaturanga, whatever works with you. Inhale, take your back bend. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go something on the second side. Inhale, raise the left leg. As you exhale, bring the left foot through between the hands. Fingertips, give yourself more space if you need to. Drop the right knee, top of the right foot comes to the ground. We'll take Kali Mudra. Index fingers, thumbs released. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, really start to drop into the hips. Option. Take the arms back, take the gaze up between the hands if that works with you. Good. Breathing. If there's tension in the lower back, release. On your next exhalation, release the hands. Okay, bring the hands down, framing the left foot, tuck the toes on the right, lift, extend, take a breath here. Feel the left hip flexor begin to open up, press the hands down, step left foot back, high plank. Good, come to center, realign the hips, exhale, knees, chest, chaturanga. Inhale, take your back bend, roll over the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Yeah, breathing here. From here, take the feet wide, mat width apart. We're going to start to walk the feet towards the hands and start to sit into a pose called squat pose, malasana. So walk the feet up the mat. Start to take the gaze forward. And then sitting down, bringing the palms to the heart center. So what can happen here? Heels may come off the ground. That's fine. The feet may need to go slightly wider. That's absolutely fine. Bring the palms to the heart center. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Take a breath. Or two. So they're already starting to open up the hips, so preparing for some hip opening, maybe arm balancing poses later on. From here, release the hands. Take the hands either side of the hips. We're still on our feet, so we're not dropped down yet. Start to bring the feet together. Start to come onto tiptoes of the feet. Take the hands forward. Good, bringing the knees together. roll the shoulders back. If it's open to you, palms to the heart center. So we're balancing just on the tips of our toes here. We're sitting down onto the heels of the feet. Good, so it takes a little bit, find a drishti, find a focal point, something to really, really look at. From here, take the hands either side of the hips. Step the feet slightly wider here, it's a challenging pose next. Lift the sit bones, then you're going to place yourself on the back of your right heel. Then you're going to take your left foot slightly wider, left hand comes to the inside, right hand is still on the outer edge of the right hip here. Start to walk the left foot forward, so we're in a kind of squatted down position. Fingertips, the index and middle finger, peace fingers, are going to take the big toe of the left foot. From here, if it's open to you, walk the left foot forward. Maybe lift the left foot off the ground, so we're just on our tiptoes of our right foot. Good, either stay here, or bring the palms to half namaste. Good, find your drishti, find your focal point, relax the muscles in the face. Good, it's challenging. Good, release the hand back down, release the heel of the foot to the ground. From here, take the left hand to the outer edge of the left hip. Good, I'm just going to come side on to demonstrate. From here, start to walk the hands forward, start to move onto the sole of the left foot, straighten the right leg. From here, start to really, really straighten, send the knee backwards, straighten the front leg. So we may feel like the ground is going away from us here. I really want you to breathe into the back of the left hamstring. Take the hands back to the hips. Inhale, lengthen, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, start to forward fold. So it's a deep hamstring stretch. Lift the arch of the foot, activate the front foot here. Good. If the hands are comfortably getting to the ground, then that's fine, leave them there, but both legs are straight. From here, take a micro bend in the left leg. Inhale, press the left foot down into the earth, come all the way up. Good, exhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Nice, shake it out, remove any lactic build up in the legs, whatever we need to do. Inhale, raise that arm. Good, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back halfway. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. Good, exhale, knees, chest, chaturanga, lower down. Use the exhalation. Inhale, take your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing, stretch it out. Good, again, take the feet slightly wider. Nice, walk the feet up the mat, squat pose again. Good, I'm just going to move, I'm going to face you. Good, we'll spend a couple of breaths here. Once opening up, good, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze slightly up. Good, what I see so often, people in squat pose, always kind of crouch down like this. Stay open, there's still some length in the spine. Nice. Release the hands, take the hands either side of the hips, toes pointing together, walk the feet together. Then roll forward onto tiptoes, knees facing forward so the thighs almost flat with the ground. Palms to heart center, roll the shoulders back once again, open the chest. So again, we're taking a couple of breaths. Breathing, find that focal point, find that drishti. From here, hands either side of the hips, lift yourself away, place yourself on the heel of your left foot, then step the right foot slightly wider, right hand comes to the inside. Nice. Start to walk the right foot forward, left hand still on the ground, take the fingertips around the big toe. Good. From here, sole of the foot comes to the ground. If it's open to you, extend, lift. Notice I'm really, really pressing the heel away from me here. Find your drishti, find your focal point, and if it's open to you, palms come to half prayer position. So kind of Ardha, half namaste. Good. Find your balance. Release the hand back down. Release the sole, release the heel of the foot to the ground, sorry. Good, I'm going to come side on to demonstrate once again. Release the right hand to the outer edge of the right hip here. Start to walk the hands forward, bending into both knees. Sole of the foot comes to the ground. Extend the back knee backwards. So you're going to open up the back knee. From here, take the hands to the hips. Straighten the front leg. Inhale, lengthen, roll the shoulder heads back. Elbows towards each other. Exhale, forward fold. Yeah, so there's a lot going on here, back of the right hamstring. Working with the breath with every inhalation, lengthening the spine. Every exhalation, maybe folding that little bit more. From here, bend the right knee. Press the right foot down into the ground. Inhale, come up. Good, exhale, step forward to the top of the mat. Good, shake it all out. Just come to the center. have a shake out, whatever we need to do. Here, working out any clicks in the ankles, shoulders. Bring some movement back to the body. Good. From here, step forward to the top of the mat. We're going to start flowing again. Chair pose, inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, sit down into your seat, Utkatasana. Good. So arms either up or forward, but shoulders back, so we're staying open across the chest. Exhale, can you sit a little bit deeper? Bring the palms to the heart center. Good. From here, I'm going to revolve to you this time, so revolving to the left. Hook the outer edge of the right upper arm on the outer edge of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take the gaze over the left shoulder. Start to draw the right knee back. Check down, it will have popped forward, so start to draw it back. Good, working with the twist. Inhaling, lengthen, exhale, twist. If it's open to you, step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Extend, so push through that heel of the right foot. Stay working with the breath. Inhaling, length, exhaling, turn. So you've got an option, either palms to the heart center, or if it's open to you, take the right hand to the ground, or you can use your block, outer edge of the left foot, raise the left arm, inhaling, lengthen, exhale, really draw the shoulder blade back, open across the chest, this twisting across the midsection of the body. Right leg is active, keep pressing back with the heel. Good. 2 more breaths. From here, drop the left hand to the ground. Good, get rid of the block if we've used it. We're framing the left foot at the top of the mat. Right leg is still active here. Walk the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Good, left hand comes inside. The right leg is still lifted. Good, from here we're either going to step back to our high plank, or if you do have EPK, playing with the transition. I think I've done it in a previous online class, dropping onto the back of the right upper arm, lifting. Good, and then slowly pressing back, downward facing dog. On your next exhalation, walking, stepping, jumping, floating, flying, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. From here, bend the knees, take the hands to the outer edges of the ankles here, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze forward. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose once again. Good. Exhale, sitting down into your seat. Good. Activating the inner thighs. Palms to the heart center. Nice. I'm going to turn away from you this time. So revolving to the right, left upper arm outer edge of the right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take the gaze over the shoulder. Good. Starting to draw the left knee back. It will pop forward. Step the feet wider if you need to. Good. If it's open to you, step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Extension through the heel of the foot. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. With every inhale, we get taller. Every exhale, we turn. This left side of the rib cage comes under. Right shoulder blade comes back. Either staying here, 3 or 4 breaths, or taking the hand to the ground or down to a block, outer edge of the right foot, raise the right arm, take the gaze beyond the fingertips. One more breath, inhaling. Exhaling, turn. And then dropping the right hand down, bringing the left hand over so we're framing the right foot. Walk the right foot slightly wider here, left leg is still active, hands come to the inside. So either stepping back or playing with your arm balance transition. If you are working towards it, take the left hand out to maybe 10 o'clock. This is going to bring the elbow into the midline of the body. Drop onto the elbow, lift, extend the legs straight, then making your way back to downward facing dog. Breathe it out. From here, inhale, roll forward to plank. Good. Then dropping the knees. Sit back on your heels, Vajrasana. Good, just shake the wrists out. We've done a lot of kind of down dog, putting weight into the wrists, playing with it today. With the arm balances, with the transition arm balance, it's just a bit of fun. Get playful with it. If you find yourself falling on the floor, have a laugh at yourself. Get up and try it again. That's what it's all about. Take your belt, your strap, whatever you've got. We're just going to open up the shoulders a little bit before we start moving into some different poses. So on the strap, take it reasonably wide to begin with. What I want you to do, we're just sitting back onto the heels. If you need props, if you need cushions, anything protecting the top of the feet, take them, adjust as appropriate. taking quite a wide grip on the strap. Lift the gaze so the gaze is exactly forward to the front of the room. Roll the shoulder blades back. Inhale, raise the arms. Elbows are straight. As you exhale, start to bring the strap down behind the back. So we're working into the scapula of the shoulder blades here. Inhale, lift. Good. Really try to keep the chin lifted. There's a tendency for us to kind of do this round the back, so we're staying open with the shoulders. Good. Exhale, come down in front. From here, take it slightly shorter on the strap. Good. This is where you're going to find out how open the shoulders are this morning. Inhale, lift. Good. As you exhale, come down behind. You'll notice this is too tight for me. My shoulder blades do not want to work. So instead of rounding the back and doing this, what I'm going to do is keep the arm straight, lead with one, then follow with the second. Good. Inhale, lift once again. Really try to keep the elbow straight. Try to keep the chin lifted. Exhale, come down in front. Good. 2 or 3 more times. Follow your own breath. Just kind of work it out. Working into the shoulder blades this morning. Good. Excuse the dogs. So it's quite a nice kind of morning stretch if you're used to getting out of bed and just having that yawn. Then maybe using a strap to really get the body open. You'll feel this lovely kind of opening across the chest. The shoulders are coming back. It helps us with our posture just for the whole of the day. It can be the first thing you do in the morning. A couple more times. Feel free to make any kind of facial expression, any kind of ooh, voluntarily or involuntarily. Playing with that range of movement in the shoulder girdle. Okay, then releasing the strap. We're done with the strap. Just give the shoulders, the wrists one more shake out. Nice. Then returning in any way you like. Downward facing dog, please. Okay, so respreading the fingertips, external rotation of upper arms. Pick up the feet, tuck the toes, get there. Okay, so notice this little bit more openness in the chest. Now, just like we did with the strap, it became easier when the strap was wider. The same with down dog. So if you need to take your hands slightly wider in your downward facing dog, do so. Start to feel there's a little bit more openness across the chest. The chest comes towards the thighs a little bit more. We're going to work with building a little bit more strength in the body, preparing for a couple of more challenging poses. Inhale, raise the right leg. As you exhale, bring the right knee behind the right elbow. Good. Hold it here, press the ground away. Inhale, raise the right leg. Good. Exhale behind the left elbow, so we're coming all the way across. Twisted variation. Nice. Don't drop the foot, keep it lifted, keep breathing. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale behind the right elbow. Good. Hold it there, lungs are empty. Inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, come across. Twisted variation behind the left elbow. Good. Inhale last time on the right side. Good. Exhale behind the right elbow. Really empty the lungs. Notice the shoulders come over the wrists. Good. Lift it high up, almost into the tricep. Inhale, lift. Good. As you exhale, come across. Good. So either staying here or drop onto the sole of the left foot. Catch the outer edge of the right foot in the left hand. Extend across. Press the earth away. Keep lifting the hips. Take the gaze up if that works with you. Good. Breathing. Good. Bend the knee, release the left hand to the ground, extend the right leg back up, tiptoes of the left foot. Good. As you exhale, drop the right leg. Good. Walk it out. Nice. Second side, same sequence. Inhale, raise the left leg. Good. As you exhale, bring the left knee into the left tricep. Inhale. Good. Exhale, twisted variation. Inhale. Good. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Good. Hold it. Inhale. Good. Exhale, come across behind the right arm. Good. Inhale. Good. Exhale, left knee, left tricep last time. Good. Hold it there for a breath. Inhale, come up. Good. Exhale, twisted variation. Either staying here or drop onto the sole of the right foot. Right hand catches the outer edge of the left foot. Extend. Then it's this lifting of the hips. Release the right hand, extend the left leg all the way back up. Good. Exhale, drop the left foot. Nice. From here, take the feet wide. We're going to walk the feet up. We're moving into our squat pose again. Palms to the heart center. Good. Take a breath here. Roll the shoulders back. Open the chest. Sorry, it's about 30 degrees. The sun is hot this morning. Nice. Palms to the heart center. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Breathing. Nice. From here I'm going to offer a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a standing up challenge. We may or may not need our straps, so have them close by. Our straps, our belts, whatever we've got. Okay, from here we're going to take the left hand to the ground. Take the right hand just behind us. With the left hand I want you to reach forward. So we've got the hand behind us for support here. Reach forward, 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 forward. Thumb down, this inner rotation, reaching around. Good. If it's open to you, taking the bind. So my hands are interlaced behind, kind of on the outer edge of my left hip. On my right, your left. Good. Then taking the gaze up, big on the right shoulder. Good. And the challenge is, if it's open to you, bringing the right foot into the midline, pressing the right foot down, keeping the bind, can you stand up? So the hands are interlaced behind the back. Good. If we don't quite have the bind, then standing tall, taking the knee, bringing it in, hand comes to the hip, and we open. So it's a kind of tree pose variation. If we do have the bind, work with bringing the shoulders back. Good. Then from here, wherever we are, in either one of the variations, everyone come to this. Right hand, right hip. From here, left hand, peace fingers, takes the big toe. Extend forward. This is where you may need the strap, so the strap can come around the ball of the foot. Think of the strap as an extension to your arm. Shoulders back, open across the chest. Exhale, begin to open, open, open. If it's open to you, take the right arm out to the right. Take the gaze beyond the fingertips, open. Breathing here, both legs are strong. Keep pressing the right leg down into the ground. As you exhale, come to center. Nice. From here, bend the standing leg. Good. Can we take the foot across, outer edge of the ankle just above the knee. Palms to the heart center, start to sit down into your seat. Good. Elbow maybe comes to the inner thigh or inner shin. Roll the shoulder blades back, start to sit down that little bit more. Press the standing leg down. Inhale, come up. Okay, we're going to take the sole of the foot across. Tree pose. So taking the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Palms to the heart center. Roll the shoulder blades back. Inhale, lift the arms. Okay, palms together. Or exhale, open the arms. Really roll the shoulder blades back. So opening across the chest. Keep sending the knee out to the side of the body. Standing leg is strong. Okay, we're going to find your drishti, your focal point. On the next exhalation, palms back to the heart center. Good. Release the sole of the foot. Give the legs a shake out. Good. Give the arms a shake out. Do whatever you need to do. Good. From here, jump the feet hip width apart. Squat pose once again. Toes turned out 45 degrees. Inhale, palms to the heart center. Lift. Exhale, start to sit down into your seat. So we're getting familiar with this pose now. Working the arms inside. Maybe feeling a little bit more open every time. Good. From here, left hand supports the left hip, outer edge of the left hip. So it's just on the ground. Good. Right arm lifts, inhale extension, exhale forward. So it's quite a forward fold here. Inner rotation, reach around. Good. Can we bind the hands? Good. If we can, start to take the gaze over the left shoulder. Keep sending the left knee out to the left. So we're not bringing it into the midline. We're really staying open. Good. If we're not there with the bind, by the way, the hand can come to the ground. We can still open the chest. So we're still opening the front of the body. Yeah, from here, take the gaze back to the middle. Good. If it's open to you, walk the left foot in, tiptoes with the right foot. Notice here, press the left foot down. We inhale, come up to standing, keeping the bind or taking the knee. So it's your choice. Good. If we do have the bind, if the hands are caught behind the back, roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Yeah, we're lifting up as much as we can. Yeah, then everyone all together, release, left hand, left hip, right hand, right knee, or taking the big toes. Extend forward. So both legs are straight, standing leg is straight, press into the ground, find your drishti. Yeah, if it's open to you, side of the body. Okay. Extend arm, take the gaze beyond it, so we're open across the chest. Good. Feel free to wobble around just like me. This is where the strap comes in handy. If you're working with the strap, that's absolutely fine. Just give yourself that little bit more length. From here, exhale back to center. Good. Bring the foot in. Release the strap. Outer edge of the lifted leg on the top of the standing knee. Palms to the heart center. Then we begin to sit into our seat. So it's quite a deep hip opening. You're going to feel it on the outer edge of the right hip. Elbow to the inner ankle and inner knee here. Shoulders back. So chest forward. Take 3 or 4 breaths. And then from here, press the standing leg down. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Straighten the standing leg. Tree pose. So again, quite a nice hip opener. Standing leg is strong, so lift up on the kneecap. Send the right knee out to the right side of the body. Palms to heart center. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, open the arms. So this openness across the chest. Try to keep the chin lifted. Yeah, keep sending the right knee out to the right. Keep pulling up on the left kneecap. Good. As you exhale, release the palms to the heart center. Release the standing leg. Give the legs a shake out. Good. So the next kind of group of poses, I'm going to give the option of a headstand. So this is where you can come to a wall if you want to try it. Or we're actually going to work with an arm balance into a headstand. So it's a little bit of fun. And this is where you guys at home get to laugh at me when I fall over. So loosen the wrists. Bollywood arms, whatever we want to do. Neighbours are all looking at me now, they've all come out of their houses. Morning, guys. Okay, so we're going to work into our squat pose once again. Feet just wider than hip width apart. Inhale, palms to the heart center, lift, exhale, start to sit down. Right, so we know where we are with this pose now. We're kind of quite open across the hips. I'm going to give the option of crow pose. So hands to the ground, knees into the backs of the upper arms. I'll demonstrate from side on. Knees into the backs of the upper arms. Almost into the armpits. So we're keeping the gaze forward, putting the weight into the hands, maybe lifting 1, maybe lifting 2. If both feet are off the ground, pull the feet together, lift. So you can have a play with jumping forwards and backwards into the pose. Yeah, my trick here, keep the gaze forward and you'll see why. So if I'm up in the pose and I start to look back, all my weight starts to kind of roll forward. I feel like I'm going. I'm going to offer that, but I really want to offer it with control. So here your choices are: work with squat, stay open with the pose, or take a rest. Hands to the ground, work towards crow pose. Now if we're working towards it, it can literally be just this sensation, feeling the weight in the hands. I want you to grip the mat with your hands. Fingertips are strong, they'll save you. So if I feel myself going, I think, oh no, oh no, oh no. Fingertips, you can almost push yourself back, straightening the arms. Or if you do have a solid crow practice, then I'm going to give the option of popping up into a tripod headstand and then returning to crow, and then maybe jumping back and coming through a vinyasa. But just this kind of playtime, explore what the body can do. We've got these days where we're maybe stuck in the house or we can't go to a yoga class, so kind of work on your own practice, make it playful, have some fun with it, see what feels right in your body. So anyway, those that want to go a step further, hands to the ground, knees into the backs of the upper arms, pop up, crow pose. Good. So from here I'm starting to play with the balance. Good. Then take the knees slightly wider, bend the arms a little bit more, chin tucked in, and then we come down with control. Knees into the backs of the upper arms once again. Yeah, so I'm on the crown of the head, the knees pulling into the midline, the elbows aren't coming out to the side of the body. From here, we can maybe remove 1, come back down. Maybe remove the second, come back down. If it's open to us, remove one, then two. Come up, maybe tuck position, maybe extend all the way up. Yeah, breathing, any funky things you want to do with your legs here, open, whatever. Then bringing the knees back, use control. Then if it's open to you, use the hands, crow pose. Good, so you can play with transitioning through one, then the other coming back into it. Feet wide, sitting back down, joining everyone else in squat. So it's up to you. If you're working against the wall, you can pause the video, have a little bit of playtime with it. Just be careful of the neck. So you're right on the crown of the head. Once we start moving to the forehead or the back of the head and the chin gets tucked, we're not doing it right. You'll notice that I've taken just a thin towel and placed it over a couple, kind of rolled it up as a bit of support. What I see going on in the pose sometimes is when people's hands are on the ground and they push up, the elbows are wide. So once you're upside down, it's really keeping them tucked in. This will give you this solid platform to come up and just to play with it, have some fun with it. It's your practice. Use this time inside to really work towards strengthening and just exploring. Just doing what feels good in your body sometimes is a nice thing to do. Anyway, we're all back in squat pose now. Sorry if you've been there a while, feel free to take a rest, enjoy watching me go upside down on a roof at 7:30 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, blimey. Take the hands behind you, sit bones on the ground, soles of the feet on the ground, shuffle yourself down your mat, top of the body supine. From here we're going to take the feet mat width apart, let the knees drop together, and just settling, so nothing else to do except breathe. Walking the feet slightly towards each other, spreading the knees slightly, take the arms out to the side of the body. I'm going to work with the supine twist. Inhale fully, breathe in. As you exhale, knees drop over to the left, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, come to center. Realign the hips, the pelvis if you need to bring yourself back into the midline. As you exhale, knees drop over to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. And inhale back to center. Realign the pelvis, exhale, just give yourself a hug, pulling the thighs into the chest. Might feel nice rocking left and right, massaging the lower spine against the earth. And from here, rocking forwards and backwards, making your way back to seated. Shuffling back. Good, so comfortable seated position on the mat. We're going to take the legs slightly wider. We're nearly done. We're going to calm the body a little bit, move into a couple of slower, deeper stretches here. So the legs as wide as they'll comfortably go. Start to remove the fleshy bits so you're sat right on the sit bones here. We're going to move to a pose called Parivrtta Janu Sirsasana. Taking the sole of the right foot, bring the right, closing the right knee. Good, opening the right hip, and then sole of the foot comes to the inner left thigh. So just like we did with our tree pose. Now here, if we find the knee, some people the knee is kind of up here floating about, pad, use your block, kind of pad it out. With mine it's not too bad. I might take my towel, a cushion, just to support, again looking after the knees if there's any pain in the knees. From here, inhale, sit tall in your seat, begin to activate the left leg, so toes are coming into the nose, which engages the quadricep. Reach out with the left hand, then external rotation, so hand is going up, palm of the hand is going up. Good, reach over. Then bring the forearm, back of the forearm on or towards the ground. Reach, extend, take the inner edge of the foot. So it's this inside of the foot. Nice. Press down into the ground. Start to take the gaze over the right shoulder. Good. So already here, you're going to feel this through the right side of the body. It's quite a deep stretch. If it's open to you, inhale, raise the right arm. Good. As you exhale, come all the way over. Keep working with opening the chest, taking the gaze up. If you do have it, catch the outer edge of the foot, then take the gaze through. And so it's a deep stretch through the right side of the body here. You are really going to feel this. Work with the breath. With every inhalation, lengthen the spine. Every exhalation, can we turn, get a little bit more open in the chest. From here, walk back in. Good. Sit tall in your seat once again. So start to notice the difference in the sides of the body. I'm going to offer with the strap on the second side, not for the top arm, for the bottom arm. So extending the right leg straight. Close the left knee joint. Open the hips, sole of the foot to the inside. So you'll notice this side I'm not so open. Most people are more open on the left side, don't ask me why. But try not to be frustrated. There's going to be one side which is your favourite side, your better side. So on this side I'm actually going to use one of my blocks. And I'm going to pad, I'm going to support the knee. I'm going to give myself that lift so I'm sat. There's length in the spine. The crown of the head is still being drawn up. Right arm forward. So reaching towards the toes, kind of reaching beyond the line of it. Good, stay open with the chest, stay tall. Good. Open. So external rotation of the upper arm, then reach. Good, hands come to the ground in front. Maybe taking the inside of the foot. Again, external rotation. If I'm not quite there, and I may not be, this may be quite a reach for me, instead of forcing myself to get there and rounding the back, because I want to stay open across the chest, I'm going to take the strap and I'm going to lasso it around the foot. Still this external rotation, so you'll notice what's coming through here is the elbow coming through, which is going to open the shoulder because we're taking the gaze beyond. We really want to be open, looking up over the left shoulder. And then I start to bend the elbow, start to come in, hands come to the ground in front or behind, take the gaze beyond. So already I'm feeling this here. Good. Inhale, raise the top arm. Good. As you exhale, start to come over. So if we're just reaching, that's fine. We can still work with the breath. Every inhale we lengthen, every exhale we rotate. Good. Notice the block, I need to move it in, a little bit more support. So I'm not forcing myself to reach the foot. That's not going to work here. I don't want to lose the integrity of the pose. I really want to keep open, even if I'm up here still. So that's the thing with yoga, it's working with your body. Make the pose work for you. Try not to fit into the pose. Good. One more breath. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhaling, open. Good. Inhale, sit tall. Good. Release the strap. Release the sole of the foot, whatever you've caught. Good. And then extending the legs straight. Just giving the legs a bit of a shake out here. We may have built up some lactic acid kind of build up in the legs through holding the poses for a while with the forward seated twist. Nice. Sole of the feet to the ground. Shuffle forward. Top of the body supine again. Feet wide, knees together. I just want to let the lower back settle. Good. So you can notice here, you may be able to get your hand under your lower back. Is there a gap? So I want you to slightly pull up on your pubic bone. Let the lower back come into contact with the earth. Good. My feet are wide. My knees are dropping together in the midline. Good. Settling. Feet into the midline. Exhale, give yourself about one last hug, pulling the knees in. You're working out any clicks in the back. From here, hands come to the side. Good. Extend the legs up. Good. Last pose of the practice. Press through the heels of the feet. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the shoulder blades back to the ground. Inhale, lift. Good. On the exhalation, calm all the way down. Try to keep that lower back in contact with the ground. taking your Shavasana. So taking as long as you need in your relaxation, letting the whole of the body melt into the earth. Letting the whole of the body become soft, sinking, and letting go. Completely letting go of the practice. Enjoying your relaxation for as long as you need to this morning. Thank you so much for joining me on my little rooftop this morning. Wherever you are in the world, looking after yourself, enjoying your practice. From my heart to your heart, namaste.